YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to another Warzone breakdown. In today's gameplay, we will be analyzing OPMarked, one of the greatest players to ever grace the Warzone battlefield. He has over 4,000 wins, and we're going to be watching him navigate throughout the map and using different strategies and tactics and discussing them and how we can help you guys improve your gameplay as well. We will also be discussing the mistakes enemies make, because we know damn well that we all make these same mistakes day in and day out, and hopefully we can all grow from the lessons that we learned today. But before we dive into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the Wolfpack today. Also leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Make sure you guys also check me out over on Facebook Gaming. The link will be in the description below. And finally, I will link all of OPMarked's socials in the description below right at the top. Make sure you guys show this man some love. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay. All right, first and foremost, we've got to edit some things. Oh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, you can't teach that. There is no lesson on that one. I already know the comments. Savage is hacking. Calm down. No, he's not. All right, first off, let's get this fixed. Let's keep it coming. Yeah. This man's going in too soon. Already off the bat, we're getting into some combat.
I team wiped somebody and there's another.
We're gonna go ahead and move my ugly ass right out the way. That way this goat can get some recognition. So right off the bat, we just see it hectic as hell on the train. Not too surprised there. You don't see this normally, but because the recon objective's here and there's a shit ton of loot,
so weak,
again, no surprise.
What? Dude. What the hell did he shoot?
Yo, Martin literally just landed on the train and completely made it his bitch.
I mean, I absolutely torched my Helium.
Dude,
Unfortunately, we did lose two teammates in the process.
Quick scoped, I shit you not.
All right, for those newer players who are not familiar with this right here, the train does spawn a recon objective over and over again. I believe after you complete the recon, it's like a 60, 90-second wait for the next one to pop up. But you guys can utilize this tactic to get the recons over and over and over again, and to go ahead and find out where all the circles are going to be at in the map.
Oh, okay, fuck you. Damn, my man is not a morning person. You can tell that.
Who is?
Morning person is fucking 10.
Yeah, but it's morning for him. I have to level it up first.
But you're also getting.
All right, teammate has kindly come back with a nice loadout drop using the helicopter. Now we should be able to get our loadout. Let's see what Mark ends up running with.
Max level 1 game.
All right, got the XM4 and the Swiss. All right, I'm gonna be honest, and this is, let me know in the comments right now if you agree with me or disagree with me. Car 98 over the Swiss all day long. I'm sorry, not a fan of the Swiss. Feel like I get nothing but hit markers and armor breaks. The Car 98 though delivers headshots. My personal experience, I think it's a little overhyped. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you think I'm crazy or not. But we went ahead and we did a few of these recons, and we're gonna continue doing the recon objectives. And again, guys, I want to give you guys a variety of gameplay. Fast action for these guys are losing their minds. And again, guys, I want to give y'all a variety of gameplay. I want you guys to look at all the different tactics and strategies that a variety of players use and find out what's best for you. A lot of people have fun doing different things. You don't have to go out there and get 30, 40 kills to have a blast. You also don't have to get 40 kills to get a win. This is a great tactic for you guys to utilize if you want to get more consistent wins. Look at that. We've already identified the next 3 circles, which is going to help us set up for the end of the game. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go to the last circle and camp and just wait for people to come to you. You can then run around the map and kind of pick fights, but you will have the knowledge on where the circles get end at, so you can then avoid putting yourselves in bad positions. A lot of times players get hyper aggressive. They end up screwing themselves more times than none because they want to go for them kills, even if it puts them away from the next zone. Again, recon objectives are a great tool. I'm a huge believer in objectives, period. Recon, bounties, all of those are great ways to help you guys navigate the map. All right, so right here, I paused the video and I wanted to discuss exactly why recons are important. We just watched them grab a crap ton, and there's still 80 plus enemies left. So it's not like they wasted a lot of time. They just got on the train, had a little bit slower gameplay for about 5 minutes, and now we're ready to go out there and kind of just blow through the lobby. Now, again, the importance of this is kind of to avoid putting yourself in a bad position. A lot of players will kind of just stick around the superstore hangar area over and over and over again, but because we know where the final circle is, we can kind of play the circle however we want. Also, when it comes to end game, there's a beauty about knowing where the last few circles are, because if you look at this circle right here, we can tell which compound is going to be favored and which compound's not going to be favored. For example, the second to last circle, you have the biostation compound that is absolutely favored as opposed to the one to the right of it. With this knowledge right here, we know not to go to the compound on the right side of the edge of the circle, because we will eventually have to rotate to the south. Now, with saying that, There's also a hill on the south we can position there later in the game. Again, knowing this knowledge is crucial for helping us decide where we want to go to. We don't have to go there right now, but we definitely want to go ahead and get that plan going on. This is why I always try to tell you guys to plan out your match as you're playing the game. And should something arise that throws a wrench in your plans, go ahead, throw an audible, change it up, and do something else. All right, here we are. We've got two Berthas playing Twisted Metal right now. Let's see if we can get in on this. Cracked armor right there. Nice shot, brother.
Loadout's shocked now. I'm gonna loot this building real
Broke in
quick.
the back
You guys
again.
chill here.
You've got gas inbound. Safe
Need
zone
money.
relocated.
Save big money at Menards.
He's on his loadout.
I don't know how that wouldn't headshot him, to be
How
honest.
was that a minute?
My thoughts exactly. Sometimes it happens, and again, that's why I don't like the Swiss. I'm gonna be honest. Something with the Swiss, to me, seems a little bit off. I don't know what it is.
The fucking DMR.
Maybe I'm just not used to the bullet drop. I'm not really sure. All
It's your bounty.
right, there's another one. Hopefully hopefully doesn't chalk our chopper, but thankfully he just drives away. It's amazing too. Honestly, they've got the bounty on us, and we're the ones that push them, and then he ends up running away. Again, guys, just because you have a bounty on you doesn't mean you need to avoid fighting. Notice this team right here, OP and his squad, they have a bounty on them, and they don't hesitate for a second. They play it as if they didn't have a bounty. Stop allowing bounties to intimidate you guys. The moment you get intimidated in a first-person shooter is the moment you've basically lost the match. So just because the bounty pops up, don't lose momentum. Don't change up your plan. Just keep going where you're going. As long as you're not going in the open, and then whenever the bounty does get close, just fight it out. It may let the enemy know where you're at, but you also kind of know the distance the enemy's at as well. So reverse use that shit on your opponent.
It was like it was a TikTok, and it what is it called?
Ground.
It was like a guy sitting in a chair.
What box do you guys have?
Nothing.
God
plate
damn
box,
it.
plate box.
I
I
can't
don't
believe
have
you're
any.
fucking. I can't believe you're interrupting this fucking sentiment.
Sorry, I had to.
I'm
kinda,
getting a muni.
I got a mini also.
Oh, I need a kill.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm just enjoying the banner right now. Apologies.
There's something, there's a clay on the top, so we're chilling.
I bet.
Yo, we get shot.
Now there we go. We actually got enemies in the middle of the open to the left-hand side. We're gonna be bailing out.
I'm telling you, it doesn't.
Not sure why. I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised we didn't go pick that fight. I think we're focused on positioning more right now.
Imagine you shooting at a heli and then it just blows up and you have 4 claymore kills. Already one. Oh,
Now again, guys, strategies like this are extremely important with winning the game. Here we are getting shot at from a guy out in the open. That's kind of questionable on his part, because we could just turn around and jump on them. Not to mention we have 2 teammates behind us, kind of straggling behind, that could absolutely obliterate those guys that are, again, sitting in the open.
Oh, yep. There's a person on this.
Trying to see for me. Oh my god.
All right, here we are again, gonna collapse on our squad and basically pinch these guys. There is a beauty to running 2-2 split, especially if I run them together. Here, this guy is right in the open. Clearly has no headset because he didn't hear a helicopter coming, and we got one, and his teammate did the same shit.
Where's he down?
If you guys look, guys. Okay, this is. I'm gonna say it loud for the ones in the back that clearly don't understand. If you witness your teammate is splattered by a helicopter, and you're standing next to a building, get your ass inside. There's no reason to fall victim to it again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm a baby back bot bitch. Come on, man. That's basic. That is basic shit. I feel like, and this is again why I do this series with random streamers, doesn't matter, is because we witness people doing this stuff all the time. I don't understand it. At least this guy had somewhat of an idea.
My heli's at 75.
And you kind of see these squads right here not really fighting together. If we think about it from position standpoint, from all 3 of those players or all 4 of those players, this guy right here kind of was playing cover. He's playing the wall. He was playing it somewhat decently. The guy in the house, yeah, him too, because he's playing the window. He's got a little bit of cover. But the 2 teammates that we splatted originally, I have no idea what they were doing. They didn't have any cover at all, no concealment. They were just kind of in the open. Even if we wouldn't have come up from behind them, our teammates definitely would have shit down their throat.
Who's this more?
UAV here.
Hey. Oh shit! I thought you took that.
Mine's like chalk, but not chalk.
We'll just compare. Just literally hop in both of them.
And just like that, went from 4 to 7 kills, and we're off again. We've got multiple enemies around the map. We can kind of take our pickings.
Oh, I guess yours is the only one.
Okay, let me compare, buddy.
They literally like quadruple thermited it.
I thought yours was fucking.
No,
Never
they
mind.
They crashed that thing, bro. I don't know. He's gone before I knew what happened.
Yeah, so Marked, I have a lot of weight left, and he has no weight left.
Okay, yeah,
there's
just
not
throw it
even
on.
any red.
Yeah, just throw it on yours then. Just throw it on
Okay,
yours.
okay.
And right now we're just playing this circle relatively slow. And again, this is the tactic to get wins. This is exactly what I used to do in PUBG and in Blackout. If we had high kill games, cool. But that was never our preference. We never went after, 20, 30 kill games. If it happened, it happened, and it happened quite a few times. But again, the objective of battle royales is to win. And as you're winning, you're progressively getting better. Your KD is going to spike. I mean, look at their KD right now. He's got a 6.11 KD. 58,000 kills. So guys, don't ever assume, and the reason why I'm saying this is because the last video we posted on a top tier player, which was Iron, a lot of people in the comments were slaying the way he plays, talking about how slow it was and how boring it was, blah blah blah. But again guys, this is one of the ways you guys want to play. I really want to point out the importance of playing slow and methodical. Then again, you could also play aggressive and fast. There's no stupid way to play, but I want to show you guys nice shots, a variety of styles. That way you guys can decide what's best for you. If you guys are trying to get aggressive and go out there and drop 30 kills and it's just not happening, you're only getting 8 or 9 kills, try this strategy. You may think it's boring until you try it. Then you might fall in love with it. Like, damn, I just got 5 wins in a row. Maybe this is the way. And notice again how we're playing this. We have Green sitting on the hill with the Bertha. That way he stays relatively safe, but he's staying on the higher ground. He's staying on the ridges. And then we're sitting here on the buildings as well, watching these compounds. Now, again, there's beauty in having knowledge of where the final circle is going to be at, because we can just essentially gatekeep everyone. Whether we sit here for a long period of time or not, we know that these guys to our left-hand side eventually need to move to us, and all it is playing with patience. He almost lit that bird up.
That song is not okay. Enemy vehicle!
I'll fly it.
Holy shit.
All right, Green's in combat right now, shooting down the hill over to the east-hand side of the map. Bertha's rolling away. Unfortunately, he's trying to catch that bitch. Nice shots from the 21 as well. Pretty sure it was at us, but I don't see any glints. Oh no!
You guys need help? Okay. That was close.
From here as well.
Moving.
Where exactly?
You guys
Oh, I
want
see
you
dead
guys want
bodies.
a hot take on like maybe a different reality?
I'm ready.
Sure.
What if you had the like when a woman was like got pregnant? Like what if you had
got
what if
sniped
you
on
had,
my chopper?
what if you had to
Please.
keep doing it to keep building the baby?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Gas is closing in.
What'd he say?
It's red now, B.
To build the baby.
Like to complete it. Like it's like a
On
loading thing, and you have to put so much in. And it just
Like Build-A-Bear Workshop.
Filling up gas.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There's a hot take.
I won't do it, but like it starts it, and then like the second time it's like, oh, here's the DNA for like the arm.
I'll take the wheel.
So like, what if multiple people try to build it? Like,
I'm like, what is
will one arm be bigger than the other?
you?
Sleepers shower.
There's a few enemies right there. We got one knock. Nice shot. Trying to get the execution. Can't really see anything. I think he's down on the other side of the hill. I think he's down right on the other side of that ridge.
I won't even ask.
I think. I don't even know what you're shooting at, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sitting here all talking about how you got to spot movement, and I can't see a damn thing you're shooting at. Fam, what are you doing?
That's a kill. Disregard
I need his glasses. Oh, wait. He doesn't have any.
Disregard left.
Way too far, my guy.
Enemy contact.
Cracked Gary that just flew down the red building where we killed those guys.
But notice again, with this type of play style, they're not super aggressive. I'm a firm believer in, like, if you're putting pressure on an enemy and you know where an enemy's at, you guys want to push. That's how I play. That's a play style I recommend. But this is a whole different play style. And again, why I love to analyze gameplays like this, because notice there's an enemy at that building and he might be by himself. We don't know, but he might be. And as good of a squad as we are, we could go push over there and knock him out. But the last thing this team wants to do is give up their position, because they have all their vehicles here. This is one of the last compounds. It's one of the last buildings that's going to be in the circle. And they don't want to leave to go get aggressive and have another team sneak up and then put pressure on us once we try to return. Just again, giving you guys a different aspect of different types of gameplay so you guys can figure out what you guys want to do. Aggressive 40 kill gameplays is not for everybody. That's 100% facts.
I'll fly it.
Maybe I need to give Swiss another try. I'm sitting here hating on the Swiss, and he's just knocking them out with it.
Oh my god.
You'll have your claymore on the heli.
I like to call the Swiss the hit marker machine. The anti-headshot machine. The one where you hit them in the head, and for some reason, it does damage to their legs.
There's a lot wrong with Sleeper.
Also, if you look at the mini-map, Green's out there on the hill kind of being ballsy. He's out there by himself, and he's fighting a whole nother team. Now, normally, we would say this is crazy. He's exposed. He's out in the open. But the difference is he's using the Bertha as cover on his left-hand side. So as he shoots to the east or the northeast, he's protected on his left-hand side so he can't get shot from the compounds that are staring him down.
We just don't have a buy.
You've got a loadout
Oh,
drop
true.
inbound.
Sag.
Hold
we
these
had-
guys down.
I was hoping we had one here.
POP, hold it down.
What did you ping here in the air?
Oh, I was trying to figure out how far away that hill was.
Welcome to Grid.
Honestly,
Let's
this
go.
gun's still fucking
Never mind.
busted.
This
I
way
love
go.
it.
See if it, yeah, it's pretty good. I gotta get it gold too, so that way I'll have a dark matter on it.
Yeah. That's why I did all the...
House?
Mark on the grid. Let's go.
I'm just gonna keep fucking this kid up.
I don't see him.
Saw him once, I was just shooting the
Disregard my
glass.
last.
So I'm pretty sure it's a solo in there.
No, it's a
Okay.
duo.
And again, notice we sat here the whole time noticing that the enemies were over here, and we just played it patiently and methodical. We didn't want to get too aggressive and again lose our position and allow another team to gatekeep us, just like we're gatekeeping these enemies. Granted, the enemy team's actually playing it well, doing a wide left-hand flank, trying to go around to the north-hand side and avoid getting sniped by us. Also, again, another reason why this is a good spot is look at the terrain. We got hills, ridges, rocks, trees, and the high ground over the compounds to our north. Granted, the windows and things like that are a little bit more elevated than we are with the buildings, but this is still a great spot to be. When the enemies do have to cross over the next circle, they're gonna have to cross that street that is wide out in the open. Again, another reason why getting recons is so important is so you can avoid having to run across the open in in-game situations. With 5 enemy teams remaining, 6 teams total, when people start to collapse with the circle, teams will get wiped out relatively fast. This has been a very slow ending, not just for this squad, but for the entire game. Teams have not been dropping off like they normally would over at hangars ending, over at farmland ending. This is more of a methodical, everyone sit in windows and kind of wait and play patiently. But with that, just witness how fast these teams end up dying once the circle starts forcing these guys out of their hiding spots.
No shot.
We got to be careful though. The left-hand side is kind of worrying me. We don't really have too much cover. Granted, if we go down back here, we'll be fine. We'll be able to get res, but there's a lot of windows and doorways looking right at us. Kind of makes me nervous. Us both focused over here. I'm gonna be 100% honest. 5 teams left. Now again, watch what happens. 5 teams. We have 17 players total, and as the gas collapses, just notice how fast these teams just die, not just to our hands, but to each other.
Second story.
He just got out.
Again, the reason why I tell you guys to not play the edge of the gas it's for situations like this, because when everyone starts moving at the same time, what's going to happen? Everyone's going to start fighting at the same time. And then what's going to happen with that? As you're fighting, you get caught up by gas. As you get caught up by gas, you're trying to put your gas mask on, and it's just a lose-lose for everybody. In-game situations like this, you definitely want to play methodical and slow up down your gameplay, but you don't want to force yourself in a building when you need to navigate and rotate. Look at that. In a total of what, 60 seconds, we went from 17 players to 4 of us, from 6 teams to 1. That's exactly what I'm talking about, guys. When you guys are playing this game, make sure you're trying to focus on positioning as well as getting kills. Stop freezing up completely, hiding in a building, waiting for the circle to force you out. It's just not the way to play the game. You guys need to get out there and try to contest the enemies. Granted, all of those enemies were at a huge disadvantage because we had a great position and we were utilizing vehicles as cover, as well as the ridges and terrain itself gave us perfect amount of cover. But Mark, thank you, brother, for letting me analyze your gameplay. Again, guys, I will link all of his socials in the description below. Give him a follow and show him some love. And once again, guys, the purpose of showing different types of gameplays is because there are a lot of players out there that don't really know what lane they want to play in. A lot of people think they need to go for aggressive gameplay. A lot of people think they need to go for wins. Go for what you guys want to go for and start learning a variety of strategies, a variety of gameplay. That way you guys can make an educated decision on what's going to be best for you. But if you enjoy the content, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel today, and until next time, you have a good one, a good-looking Warzone.